Someone tell me, right? Why do people use long words? Okay, stop. Hear me out, right? I'm not against people using long words altogether, right? I just feel that some people use long words purely because they think it makes them sound smarter. And that it somehow makes whatever point they're trying to make even stronger. Alright? It doesn't. It fucking doesn't. It fucking does not, alright? I'll bet you people do it in your life as well. Especially at work. But you just haven't noticed. At times, rather than just saying something like, oh, it's the same thing, people will choose to say something like, oh, it's synonymous instead. Oh, look at me, I used a big word. Someone please rub my cock and comment on how intelligent I am. If you think that the only way to sound smart is to simply say big words, then let Ernest Hemingway put you in your fucking place. You know, just be on the lookout for it and I bet you'll see it, right? But I need to give you an example, so have a listen.
It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I'm sat on my laptop and I'm reading some random article on Daily Mail, right? Okay, fine. Alright, I admit it, right? I read Daily Mail. Don't judge me for this, okay? Alright, but anyways, the guy who wrote the article is giving a lecture to some guy who must have done something really serious, like some really serious crime or something. During the lecture, right, he says, but it is unspeakably vile, blah, 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 right, get on with it, mate.
Based on nothing more than hearsay, ill-informed suspicion, and an inchoate sense of outrage at harm done to someone else.
Listen, author of this article, why are you talking like that, mate? You know you don't talk like that in real life, nor does anyone, for fuck's sake. Listen to this guy, man. This guy's trying so fucking hard to sound smart, right? But it just ends up making him sound fucking stupid instead. Let me explain why.
Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious.
He used the word inchoate. Inchoate. What the fuck does inchoate mean? I would have presumed that a newspaper columnist would already know this, right? But if you're saying or writing something, you obviously want people to hear your message. So, you have to make sure that people can understand you. Because of this, big words, if anything, right, are the last thing you would want to use because not everyone knows them. You're trying to make a point and mid-sentence you choose a word that no one besides yourself has heard of. If you're going to say words like inchoate halfway through your sentence, then don't be surprised if your message goes over people's heads.
If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious.
And, might I add, as if using the word inchoate wasn't bad enough already, right? This is an article on the Daily Mail. And that's the audience you're trying to sound smart to, is it? Daily Mail readers. Pick your audience, you twat. As if people who read the Daily Mail know what the fuck inchoate means. We can just about read, for fuck's sake. If I'm perfectly honest, we're only here for the pictures anyways. Given that you're trying to make a solid point for as many people as possible to understand and take that message away, you might want to try using words that people know what the fuck they mean. Let me paint a scenario for you. Unlike those adverts you've all seen, right? Say that I actually found a way to get shredded in 3 weeks, right? And also, say that I was the guy that all those penis pill companies hate. Cause I was the one who found that weird little trick to add an extra 3 inches to your height, right? Say I was explaining how to do so and I said, alright there guys, do you want to get shredded and add an extra 3 inches to your height in 3 weeks? Well, all you have to do is crystallize some dimethyltryptamine, kind of like ayahuasca, and smoke that shit until you pass out. When you wake up, you'll be a new man. Do you see what I'm saying, right? Big words and I've lost you.
The biggest word you ever heard, and this is how it goes.
So do you see how stupid this mentality of trying to crowbar in big words makes you sound? You might be trying to sound smart by saying your big words, right? But it can make the message you're trying to get across not get across. Like last year, right, I was trying to get my teaching qualification to be a maths teacher, right? One of the points of this course is to tell new teachers how to teach kids, okay? One of the ways they do this is by getting us to read academic papers which have made some sort of potential breakthrough on some aspect of how to teach kids. So as far as a trainee teacher like myself was concerned, right, that's some important shit, isn't it? However, the academic papers that we were forced to read were chock-a-block full of the wanker author putting in long words and trying to sound smart at every fucking opportunity that he could. As a direct result of this, I'll read these articles and nothing is going in, right? Now listen, here is a literal example, okay? It's a bit long, but it perfectly proves my point, right? Just have a listen and ask yourself if you'd be able to effectively listen and take in 14 or so pages of this shit, right?
Competent practitioners usually know more than they can say. They exhibit a kind of knowing in practice, most of which is tacit. Indeed, practitioners themselves often reveal a capacity for reflection on their intuitive knowing in the midst of action, and sometimes use this—
Okay, stop, no, stop right there, mate. What the fuck are you talking about, man? Okay, listen, first of all, this guy is clearly very good at English, but he is fucking shit at getting his message across, right? He's too fucking focused about sounding smart that he's written a piece of English that no one can fucking understand, right? You are trying to get across a message, alright? Surely you would only want to speak in layman's terms because absolutely everyone can understand layman's terms. Given that you have such important knowledge that you could be giving out, I have no fucking idea why you would choose to use big or fancy words like this also did, given that it can make that knowledge inaccessible to others who need it. Do us all a favour, mate. Leave your shitty, grandiose sounding poetic prose where you're basically rubbing your dick at how smart you can sound. Leave that shit at home for you and your other culture-loving, wine-tasting, opera-watching cunt mates who appreciate that lame shit whilst you rub your own dick and think about how smart you sound saying that lame shit. So listen, right, if you yourself happen to be one of those wankers who goes out of their way to use big words because you want to sound smart, right, fucking stop it.
Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
But listen, there are times where it's needed though, isn't it? Like when you're writing an essay for school, or when you're filling out some shit for a job application, right? In that situation, you don't want to say some shit like, yo, look at this frog, man, it's fucking huge. You want to say some formal fancy shit like, pardon me, could I avert your attention here to this amphibian for a moment? It's rather large, isn't it? I mean, after all, that's what the synonyms feature on Microsoft Word is for, isn't it? You use it whenever you want to make what you're writing sound smarter. Now listen, I'm not completely against big words though. I'm not saying that everyone should just go around using small words and have everyone walking around sounding like, hey yo, shouty, what it do, man? Damn, that ass though, baby, like she. Let me get your number. Yo, I can't understand that guy, right? He's fucking unintelligible. So you should be using words that are bigger or fancier than the words that he's using. However, the words that you do use should not be as big or as fancy as the ones that these idiots use. These lot are idiots using words that only a handful of people on Earth know, right? So what's happened as a result of that is that they're now classed in the same group as this fucking idiot. Good job, guys. It's fucking mental to me that people are more focused with how they sound. Surely you would fucking imagine that the way you sound when you say something is nowhere near as important as the actual thing that you're trying to say itself. But no, people are too worried about sounding smart rather than actually saying something smart. So do you know what? Go fuck yourselves, man. Alright, sorry, my bad, right? Go fornicate yourselves.